Tim here. I'm going to show you my Lincoln AC225 stick welder. I have 5 welders in the garage, and this one's a true classic. They're super reliable. They've been making them for a long time. You can pick them up at the hardware store, brand new, around 300 bucks. They're usually on classified ads. There's almost always a few at any given time, around $100 to $150. So if you're looking to get into welding, this is a good option to get started. A few things. We'll take a walk around the machine and then burn a little bit of rod. So on the front of the machine, the control panel is as simple as it gets. You have a current selecting switch right here that you turn up for more current, down for less, and a switch to turn it on and off. That's about it. So as far as power requirements go, it runs on 220 volts, and you need to have a 50 amp or large breaker to run this. It takes a lot of power, so that's something to keep in mind when you're setting up your welding shop, is what power supply you've got there already. On the one side, you're going to have your work clamp right here, ground clamp. On the other side, you have your electrode holder. People call it a stinger. You put your stick in there just like that. So let's get into it and see how this thing runs. So when you're stick welding with a machine like this, rather than using a cover gas that's in a bottle that comes out around your wire, you have an electrode with a metal core, and it's covered with a flux. At the bottom there's a 4-digit number, and we could do a whole video on the different types of electrodes and fluxes. But in general, for welding with an AC machine like this, I think 6011 and 6013 are going to be your best bet when you're getting started. 6013 is a general purpose rod. It's good for repairs and things like that. 6011 is a deep penetrating rod. There's also a version of 7018 that will work with AC welders. It's typically a DC rod, but they do make a version for AC, and that makes a nice smooth bead, a little bit smoother and a little bit faster deposit than these other rods. So if you're not sure what to use, I'd stick with these 3. I'd probably, for my first box, buy some 6011. Okay, so I have the machine plugged in and I have it set to 115 amps, which should work pretty well for our 1/8 inch 6011 rod. I'll go ahead and turn it on and tack up a couple plates to try.
So as I run, you can see the sparks being ejected from the weld, which is typical of all stick welding, but especially with an AC machine, because the AC stands for alternating current, meaning that the polarity, or plus and minus, are switching back and forth really quickly, like they do in your wall outlet. You can see right here a bead on plate with 6013, and I'm moving into fillet weld with 6011, and I'm moving back and forth in a whip and pause type motion, which is great for this deep penetrating rod because it keeps you from burning through. And you can see the rippled type appearance that I got from that. So I'm going to put a couple of cover passes on that with 7018 that'll give me a little bit larger and smoother beads. So you can see the 7018 running smoothly here. And I'll clean that bead off a little bit, get rid of the slag, and I always like to use a wire brush to clean everything off, make sure I get any slag out of any pockets before I put more passes on. The second pass here with 7018 came out pretty smooth. Get that all cleaned off here, and you can see the result is actually quite good. So an AC225 is a very capable machine, a very smooth arc for an AC machine. For more videos like this on how to create your own ultimate makerspace, be sure to subscribe below.